debate class.
Debate class. This is a blast. All right. Tell everybody what we're doing here.
Our contestants are going to take two sides
Of an unknown topic.
of an unknown topic because I knew this week they would be able to talk about the topic I picked and I wouldn't have to tell them. And the surprises last week seemed to be the best part. So I wanted to completely surprise them.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is. Just when we're trying to decide, who's going to take pro and who's going to take con,
Mm-hmm.
like we'll have to spend a good minute and a half doing it while we're actually both just
Building.
figuring out what do we do.
This week, there will be no pros and cons. This week, it is rogues versus monks.
Oh.
Oh, man.
So you just want us to stop hanging out with each other? Okay.
Round one will be a standard debate style. My side is better than your side. Round two will be a surprise round in which the points are tripled.
Oh, my God. I got to save them for round two.
And we will announce a winner at the end. So, who would like to present first?
I think I went first last time. I think I'm going to yield the floor to the distinguished woman from Rogueville.
You are our reigning champion.
I am the reigning champion.
That was rigged.
I feel like this is rigged. For context, for those of us who don't know, I am a devout rogue fan who does not enjoy playing monks very much. And he is a devout monk fan who does enjoy rogues. So,
So, Emily,
yes.
fill everybody's head with the lie that is rogues are better than monks.
Okay. So first of all, not going to talk about sneak attack first.
2 points.
I'm going to talk about maneuverability. Because there are multiple ways to build your rogues to be not only incredibly fast, but incredibly versatile, where they can take steps and movements and bonus actions as steps to really play the battlefield in a way that makes them incredibly hard to hit. They can jump in, attack, pull back out, all within a round, and it is insanely great tactics for any battlefield.
1 point.
Wow, nice try. Here's the main difference between a monk and a rogue when it comes to maneuverability is monks don't break the game when they do it, right? Monks aren't OP'd. They can disengage. They can take extra movement. They can take the dodge action, and they're required to spend a key point to do it. So there remains some level of reason and reliability to the monk actions, whereas eventually you get high enough in a rogue level, it's just the answer is no rules apply to rogues. Hey, they get an op attack. No, they don't. You've already used your movement. No, I haven't. You've already used your bonus action. So what? It just keeps on going with rogues. But monks, when they wrote the rules, they put in enough structure there to keep that great maneuverability from just breaking the game and making everybody else at the table go, there goes the little rogue who's supposed to be this wimpy little character just doing whatever the hell they want, and it's game breaking. Monks get the same maneuverability, but it's not OP. It makes the game funner for everybody else at the table because there is some structure and limits to it.
4 points.
So, except for that argument falls apart when you start talking about steps of the wind and being able to spend magic points to continuously hit over and over and over again. And there are monk builds that can go somewhere up in the hundreds of feet per round. You're going to tell me that's not broken and game breaking?
7 points.
The fact is that they're both OP characters. And when I'm choosing what I want to play, it doesn't matter if it's OP because I'm playing it. It only matters if it's OP if you're playing it. And I'm trying to convince people to play rogues. So yeah, it's OP. It's amazing. The rules don't apply. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing.
2 points.
All right, so first we have to correct your just errors, right? Because the rules don't apply to Emily either, or the rogue. You mentioned all those great things that a monk can do, and they all typically cost a number of key points to do as a bonus action, which means they only get to do one of those things. They may have 5 different things they can do, but they cost key points, and they're typically a bonus action, so it's pick one. You don't get to string all 5 of them together like a rogue can do.
5 points.
Yeah, it may be great as the player playing the OP class that is just broken all over the damn place, but it is shit for everybody else going, my God, is their turn ever going to end? And please explain to me again how the Raging Barbarian did 12 points of damage and the Rogue just did 56 at second level.
7 points.
The argument that you just provided also applies right back at you, because the fact is that most of the rogue's abilities also are either a bonus action or reaction, part of their action. The fact is I don't have special key points that I can just choose to blow throughout an entire round and do a key point of this and then do a bonus action and then do it. Like, I can't do it's the same thing. So the same laws that you just put forth for the rogue apply to your monk. It has to be a bonus action, an action. However, monks, as you well know, can do the same amount of damage if you build them right as a rogue can.
1 point.
Because you can have magical effects that come in play with your fist. All I've got is a rapier that goes poke, 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 poke. Like, I mean, you're not going to sit here and tell me that my damage is OP because I have sneak attack and yours isn't because you get to have flaming fists and, like, put poison into people's faces.
2 points.
So, again, they all cost key points. And you know what doesn't happen with the rogue? They don't run out of bonus actions between long rests or short rests, but the monk will run out of key points between rests. So all of a sudden, this guy who was just as well built as the rogue, all of a sudden you go through 2 combats, he's out of key points and he's just standard Joe from here on out, where the rogue just keeps on being OP. Rest? Who needs fucking rest? All of my shit is bonus actions, reactions, and free actions.
It's not my fault that you picked a class that is a martial class that requires long rest to get their magic back. That is your fault, not mine. I chose a martial class that doesn't need long rest to get my magic-y key points back. So we have very similar skill points.
No, you didn't choose a martial class that doesn't have to have a long rest. You chose the only class that gets to do all of its shit without having to rest. Every other class, wizard, sorcerer, okay, maybe not. But they have to have some kind of rest to regenerate those abilities. Not the rogue. Just keep on. Shit, you probably, if your DM wasn't smart enough to start tracking exhaustion, you could just play the game without ever having to fucking rest.
Probably. That's still epic. That's what makes it a great class, is that you can just continually go and go and go. I can't help that you picked an inferior class.
Hey, it's a community game.
Yeah.
Right?
Community
and
rogues.
all of those reasons why you love being the OP character at the table is why everybody else at the table is rolling their eyes and wondering, when do they get to do something cool? Hey, how about playing with everybody instead of just next to them?
Part 2. Do it in a funny voice.
Oh, come on. I wanted to do the angry round.
You just did the angry round,
That's
so
true.
that's out of the question.
All right, so I made you start last round. I'll start this round. Estad is going to come at you with the serious debate skills, going to whop you upside the head. It is really funny that in all of the things you say so far, never once, except at the very beginning when you said you wouldn't, do you ever mention sneak attack? Because you know in your heart that shit broken as hell. And so you didn't want to bring it up because you knew it would undermine your own argument and support mine. Sneak attack. Don't talk about sneak attack because everybody will then know Steve's right. This shit is broken as fucking OP.
12 points.
Well, I just don't think it's fair that you get to decide that you get to have these magical key points and all this stuff, and I don't get to have my sneak attack. I didn't talk about it because it didn't seem relevant at the time, but if you want to talk about it, well, that's fine. We can talk about it. I
6
just
points.
think that sneak attack is a skill that we have gotten very skillful at killing things, and if you're not as good, that's your fault, not mine. Okay? So what you're going to have to do right there is you're going to have to get your little fist of fury going. And get
9
those little
points.
key points a going and just smack, smack, smack as hard as you can. I can't help you can't keep up with that big boys, honey.
Oh, that's a low blow. Talking to the goblin stars about being big boy. Very low blow.
40 points.
Stars was about to make a comment about how the scorekeeper was giving points for just how cool your voice sounded and not your actual argument. And then he gave me 40, so I withdraw everything. It's not fair. It's this simple. Too much for the rogue. Look, go back. Go all the way back to where it all began. When they first come out with D&D, they even made the mistake of calling them Hobbit, and then they got swacked by, copyright laws and had to change the rules. It all goes back to the Hobbit. Great little guy sneaking in. But he wasn't out there dealing a lot of damage. He was hiding behind the rocks and hoping the sun had come up before the trolls noticed he was there.
You know what I think?
So who broke it?
Do you know what
When
I
did
think?
it get screwed up? Because that's not what it's supposed to be.
15 points.
Do you know what I think? I think you're right. I think we should go back to the Hobbit where monks weren't there.
20 points.
And do you know what we rogues say when we zip in and out of combat at the end and we're just like swooping away? We go, bye kisses.
Stars.
That's all I got.
All right.
Oh, no.
Time to tally the score.
Oh, please. Well played, sir.
Yeah, I would love to know just how badly chat believes I whooped your ass on that.
Are you doing like fake calculator sounds over there? You could do actual calculator sounds with your actual calculator. No, monks are a great class.
Rogues are a lot of fun to
They
play
are.
too.
I don't prefer.
I still believe they're a little broken.
They are broken. I think I would like monks if they were a little less nerfed. They just feel like they don't have enough to them. I feel like they need an update where they get something else. That's me. But you play them very well. I just don't play them very well. That's why I don't enjoy them. I'm not very good at it.
Can you imagine taking a level of rogue
As a monk.
as a monk or a level of... You need to take 2 levels of monk as a rogue so that you could get to where you get flurry of blows and stuff. But if I was ever interested in multi-classing, that would be a deadly combination.
Oh, yeah.
With a score of 247 to 120, Steve wins.
Yes. All is right with the world. The universe just clicked back into position, and it's all good.
I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember this for a long, long time. I hope your couch is warm. It's going to be sleeping there.
The video game session just took a turn.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
Great,
Don't
great
ever
topic.
do that again because that was near and dear to both of our hearts, and that was rude.
That was like, ooh.
I think real emotion is entertaining.
Someday, though, we need to turn the table and make John a debater.
I don't know that would go well.
I know you're a master debater.
I am a master debater.
And I've been a master debater for a long time. Are
Yeah,
you
once I
telling me
figured it out in
John
high school-
is not a master debater?
No, see, I figured it out in high school. I've never stopped practicing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm-
daily thing.
A master debater of weird shit.
You want to talk about weird,
Like,
random facts he's found off the
it
internet?
probably wouldn't be interesting to most people.
You were like the lower master around here. Like,
You
just
know
off the
shit.
top of your head. Yeah, in Tolkien, the original world was created by the god singing and the god of chaos and discord, Melkor. I'm like, how the fuck do you
Right?
remember that shit?
That's absolutely nothing compared to how crazy some people are about Tolkien.
Right.
Like,
But the thing is, it's not about the fact that you know so much about that. It's the fact that you are the epitome of the phrase a jack of all trades. You just know random shit about so many topics. And he'll remember them for years. But like on the
But
way
it's not like mile wide and an inch deep. It's like mile wide and
a foot deep.
when you pulled that one out of
But
nowhere.
at the same time, when we dropped off the kids today with our mom, we both were like, did we put the dog in the crate? Neither one of us could remember.
Did you turn the oven off?
I
With a
had
hat in
thought
it?
about it earlier and I was like, if she's asking me, that means she didn't do it. And I had been thinking that, oh, she did it. Because I had like went and showered and
So the world wants to know. Me, Mumbleford, and the rest of the people in chat want to know. Was the dog in the crate?
no.
We
You had
went
to go
home and
back
put
to
it-
the house?
Well, we were already going back to the house. So.
Yeah, I left my laptop there because I didn't want to leave it in the car while we were in the restaurant because you can't see out of the restaurant anyway. And
Yeah.
I don't like to lock my doors.
He is a Renaissance man.
You can tell by my codpiece.